Good afternoon and welcome, probably for the last time, to Bootham Crescent as Spennymoor take on York City in their first fixture since Jason Ainsley's departure as Moors boss on Thursday. It was Tommy Miller in the dugout on Tuesday, and he will also take interim charge today as Moors look to bounce back from that sucker punch at Brackley 4 days ago. I'm Sam Fletcher, and joining me for this one is Adam Hassel. I think there's only one place to start, and that is the breaking news on Thursday that Jason Ainsley is no longer Spennymoor Town manager.
Nothing that we can add has not been said by literally countless people on social media, for people that we've seen as well. I mean, you see opposition managers, players, clubs, fans of Spennymoor, fans of different clubs, and there's not one negative thing that's being said about him. And that, I mean, it takes some doing to be somewhere for 14 years. It takes even more doing to be somewhere for 14 years and be loved across the board by everybody. Of course, the thing is, it is sad, it is emotional, but at the same time, it's a little bit exciting because when one era ends, a new one begins, and that starts today, that is exciting. Let's see what happens next.
And it's on Moors lineup here at Bootham Crescent this afternoon. In goal, Dale Eve, a back four of Carl Magnay, James Curtis, the captain, Joe Tate and Tyler Forbes, two holding midfielders of Jamie Spencer and Mark Anderson, three across the top of Rob Ramshaw, to the wings Ryan Hall and Ben McKenna, in behind Glen Taylor.
Get the wing backs forward, don't they, York, with that back three behind them?
They do, but it means, like you say, if there's that front four almost with Hall and McKenna, it means Moors can break away. But here come York. Redshaw against Forbes. Plays in field for Newton, who's got time to deliver, will deliver. In fact, shoots towards Daly, pounds it out for Michael Woods, who puts in the rebound. And you could see the space for Sean Newton to have a pop at goal. Daly managed to save it initially, but could only parry to Michael Woods, who from about 6 yards out tapped into an empty net. We are just under 5 minutes here at Bootham Crescent. It's York 1, Spennymoor 0.
Yeah, really disappointing. It was a dipping effort from Sean Newton from 20-25 yards. It bounced just in front of Dale Eve, and he got something on it, but Woods the only one.
Agree, or didn't see that as a foul. Here's Ryan Hall, driving against Newton. He's got McLaughlin behind him, so it's a 2v1 in York's favour. Hall, weaving, turning towards the byline. With Forbes let that behind for the throw. He wanted to keep it in play. Woods heads clear. Spencer on the 18-yard line. Spencer driving, drifting, shooting wide. Good chance, though. Yeah. Line. Taylor and Hall putting pressure on Brown. Taylor goes towards the byline. Brown has to check inside and clear, and Brown does. Luckily, I think, actually to find Woods, but Woods gives the ball away to Anderson. Moves again, win it high up. Spencer, changing play to the left-hand side. Here's Ben McKenna, up against Tinkler. McKenna drifting, weaving, turning, getting the ball into the box. Headed away by Kennedy. Tinkler lets that run out. No, he doesn't. He keeps that ball in play. Here's Anderson. He tried to play it forward, but he does find Forbes on the right-hand side. Forbes cutting past to Taylor. Taylor to Hall. Hall shoots straight at Peter Jameson. That's better. That's the quick pass in the Miller will have wanted.
That back pass was.
I mean, in both boxes.
Yeah, the penalty area is on pristine, shall we say. Same thing there, really. Yeah,
Newton goes to Jameson, and again, York try and pass out from the back. Here's Ramshaw. Heavy touch. We'll see it fall to Jameson. But thankfully, York will breathe a huge sigh of relief, because otherwise, Ramshaw was one-on-one.
Yeah, I thought the first time that they got lucky in that sort of area.
Joe Tate claims for the header. Joe Tate wins the header. Worked out to the left-hand side. Moors massively in the ascendancy at the moment.
Yeah, you feel a goal's coming.
Here's Magnay. Laying it off for Anderson. He's got Ben McKenna to his left. He won't use him. He'll play it into the penalty area. Oh, it comes off Glen Taylor. I don't think he was going to get there. He thought Sean Newton was going to win the header. He didn't. He let it run. And Glen Taylor just comes off his chest and behind for a goal kick. Jameson fires just past the halfway line. Redshaw nips in ahead of James Curtis. And Joe Tate will complete the clearance again. The referee looks at his watch, but we still play on. McKenna battling, Taylor winning. There's an advancing run from Ramshaw on the left-hand side. If Taylor can find him, he will play him now. Ramshaw to McKenna. McKenna to Hall inside the penalty area. Hall touch. Hall shoots. Hall just past the post. And that's the last action of the first half. And you'd probably say the best chance fell right at the death.
100%. It's really good play from Spennymoor. All on the far side. Taylor holds the ball up, feeds it into Ramshaw, flicks it around the corner to McKenna. He looks up and obviously there's no one in the box. Taylor's out.
Done fantastically well, McKenna. Back to Anderson. Anderson down the line for Spencer. Spencer flicked on to Taylor. Lovely football here at the moment for Moors. Here's Ramshaw driving forward, finding Glen Taylor, popping up as a left winger momentarily. Down the line for Ramshaw. Ramshaw will keep this ball in play against the byline. Cut back towards Anderson. Left for Taylor. Taylor shooting. Taylor played off. Sean Newton behind for a corner. Newton whipped in. Off the line, is it? Dyson will have a shot at goal. Dyson off the line again. Joe Tate this time. Ryan Hall touched the control and then can clear the ball, but Moores living dangerously there. York twice cleared off the line.
Yeah, I really thought that might end up in the back of the net when Newton stands over it with the delivery.
Gets it back. Infield for Spencer. Spencer tried to find the feet of Rob Ramshaw. Pass was nowhere near him. Forbes advancing. Anderson winning. Ramshaw, chests, wins, flicks on looking for Mulhern. Mulhern shoots. Wow, he shot from at least 30 yards out there, Frank Mulhern. Was a shot on target, had Jameson troubled initially, but his hands. Eve takes a long ball forward quickly. Taylor battling with Kennedy and Brown. Brown winning ahead of finding Tinkler. Tinkler has to clear first time, Tinkler does. Spencer leaves it on the halfway line. Gets the ball in the centre circle, passes out to Forbes. Forbes advancing. Forbes, ball clipped into the area. Over the heads of Mulhern. Thompson! Took a deflection, it's man for a corner.
I don't think it was a deflection that took it that high. I don't think it was going to trouble the goalkeeper either.
Right arm raise from Anderson. Thompson towards the front post. Over his head. Taylor! Oh, it was a free header. And he's got it all wrong, Glen Taylor. There was no York man round him.
Somewhere else, didn't they, where they were going?
Confusion,
he got lucky.
Frank Mulhern finding Spencer. Not getting it back, though, the number 20. Frank Mulhern. Ramshaw. Short back pass. Ramshaw's in. Ramshaw's in the penalty area. Ramshaw. Play for Taylor. Taylor. Oh, lovely block from Akil Wright.
Defending.
It's fantastic defending the slide tackle. Taylor looked to tap it into an empty net. Wright was there at the last second. The ball just inside his own half. Acres of space to run into. He'll do so. Get past Spratt quite easily. Forbes checks back now. Plays infield for Anderson. Immediately put under pressure, trying to find Ramshaw. And Ramshaw sees good defending from Sean Newton. Well, I thought he'd run that behind for a goal kick, but he must have got a touch because the referee's pointed to a corner, similar to instantly in the first half.
I thought he got touched. I touched off someone, but I thought it was Ramshaw who touched the ball behind. But I mean, none of the Spennymoor players on the pitch there really thought it was a Spennymoor corner either.
Yeah,
but we'll take it.
Mark Anderson again causing problems from the corner. Delivered now. Taylor heads. Taylor heads in. Taylor equalises. We've caused problems from corners all afternoon. Anderson gets this one spot on. Glen Taylor missed the chance about 10 minutes ago with the header. Wasn't missing that one. Into the bottom corner. Moores equalise.
Can't say we don't deserve it. And look at Spennymoor. They're running with the ball back centre circle. They want to push on and get another one. What a fantastic header from Glen Taylor. He manages to miss the easy one and score a difficult one. He's outnumbered at the back post. He's celebrated it. And yeah, it was. I think that it could be a really big goal, really, on the context of the season, potentially.
Tate will touch and control up against Redshaw. Oh, it's an improvised clearance that's fallen to Brad Potts. Neon Potts, sorry. Brad Potts first for Preston. Redshaw drifting in field, trying to get past Ramshaw. Header, Woods, off the bar! Oh. Curtis heads clear. Curtis heads behind for a corner.
Wow. Wow.
That looked distant for the top corner from Michael Woods.
There was 2 or 3 in the middle.
Jameson clears first time. Forbes. Oh, fantastic first touch. Sprays it to the left-hand side. Is Thompson on side? Up against Tinkler, he is, and it's a good first touch. Checks to get away. Thompson driving forward. Thompson, 20 yards out from goal. Thompson lays it off for Mulhern. Mulhern back to Anderson. Anderson, left-footed, chinking it back to his right foot. Can't get there. Spencer will play it out to the left-hand side. Up against Ramshaw. Ramshaw plays it back for Spencer, advancing towards the byline. Spencer couldn't hit back. Spencer forced to Glen Taylor, just inside the penalty area. Taylor, left-footed! Josh, just past the post, but again it took a deflection. It's behind for a corner.
Sean Newton jumped and threw everything in front of that. Get something like to take it behind.
For the chat with Tommy Miller and the yellow card being brandished. High into the air from Jameson. Curtis battling. Curtis winning against Redshaw. Tinkler back into the vicinity. Anderson heads straight out of play. 13 seconds over the 4 minutes. It's got to go long from Tinkler if it's going anywhere. Tinkler just puts a left hand and says, let's settle, because Moores have had all the ball. Tinkler throws to Dyson. Dyson weaving away from his man. Dyson Passes to Newton. It's the last action of the game. Mewers with another late goal. Glen Taylor, around 8 minutes from time, heads in from a corner. And Adam, what a fantastic game of National League North football.
Yeah, we couldn't breathe the first time in a little while. It's been a fantastic match to watch.